The Rabbit and the Lion. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a lush green forest, there lived a mighty lion who ruled over all the animals. His golden mane shone in the sun like a crown of fire, and his roar echoed through the trees, sending shivers down the spines of even the bravest creatures. He was feared and respected by all, for no one dared challenge him. The lion, however, had one weakness: his pride. He believed that no one in the forest was his equal, and he would often boast about his strength and bravery. "I am the king of the jungle," he would say to anyone who would listen, "and no creature can match my power." One day, as the lion strolled through the forest, he came across a small, timid rabbit nibbling on some grass. The rabbit, a humble and quiet creature, had always kept to himself and was not known for his courage. When the lion saw him, a mischievous grin spread across his face. "Little rabbit," the lion said in his booming voice, "do you realize who I am? I am the king of the jungle. I could crush you with a single swipe of my paw. How dare you even think of living in the same forest as me?" The rabbit trembled with fear, but instead of cowering, he thought quickly. He knew he couldn't defeat the lion with strength, but perhaps he could outsmart him. Gathering his courage, the rabbit spoke in a calm, steady voice. "O mighty lion, you are indeed powerful, and your strength is unmatched," said the rabbit, bowing respectfully. "But I have a question for you, if you would be so kind to answer. Have you ever wondered if there is someone in this forest who is even smarter than you?" The lion raised an eyebrow, intrigued by the rabbit's words. "Smarter than me?" he scoffed. "I am the wisest and most powerful creature here. There is no one who can outsmart me." The rabbit smiled, but it was a small, knowing smile. "Well, if you believe that, then I challenge you to a contest of wits," he said. "Let us see who can come up with a clever plan that will leave the other defeated." The lion, feeling confident in his intelligence, laughed loudly. "A contest of wits? Very well, little rabbit, I accept. But remember, no matter what clever trick you come up with, you will never outwit me." The rabbit nodded and began to speak slowly, crafting his plan. "I suggest that we both go to the tallest mountain in the forest. At the top of the mountain, there's a great treasure hidden in a cave. Whoever reaches the treasure first and claims it will be crowned the wisest and most clever of all creatures in the forest." The lion's eyes lit up with excitement. "A treasure. You are right, little rabbit. This is the perfect contest for me. I'll reach that treasure in no time and prove my superiority once and for all." And so the two of them set off toward the mountain. The lion, with his powerful legs, bounded ahead, roaring with laughter. The rabbit, small and swift, followed closely behind, his mind racing with ideas. As they reached the foot of the mountain, the lion said, "I will climb the mountain quickly and claim the treasure before you even have a chance to catch up, little rabbit." The rabbit smiled and agreed. "Go ahead, mighty lion. I'll follow." But the rabbit had a different plan. He knew that the lion's pride would be his downfall. As they began their climb, the lion grew increasingly tired. The mountain was steep, and the higher they climbed, the more exhausted he became. The rabbit, on the other hand, was light and nimble. He moved quickly and carefully, conserving his energy as he climbed. After a long while, The lion finally reached the top of the mountain, panting and out of breath. He looked around for the treasure, but found nothing. No shiny jewels, no glittering gold, and no magical artifacts. Just a small cave with a single stone inside. He roared in frustration, his anger rising. The rabbit, having taken a different path, appeared at the top moments later, fresh and calm. He saw the lion's disappointment and walked over to the stone in the center of the cave. "It seems that the treasure is not what we expected," the rabbit said with a smile. "But it's clear that the true treasure is the journey itself. The knowledge that we can conquer our challenges, no matter how big or small." The lion, still panting and angry, glared at the rabbit. "This is foolishness. There is no treasure here. You tricked me." The rabbit, unperturbed, nodded. "Perhaps I did trick you, but it was not to show you that I am cleverer than you. It was to show you that true strength does not always come from power. Sometimes the smartest creature is the one who can think ahead and stay calm in the face of difficulty." The lion growled, his pride wounded, but the rabbit's words made him pause. For the first time, the lion realized that brute force was not always the answer. Maybe the rabbit had outsmarted him, but it was also a reminder that wisdom and patience were just as important as strength. From that day on, the lion became a little more humble. He still ruled the jungle, but he learned to value the intelligence of others, especially that of the small and seemingly insignificant creatures like the rabbit. And while he remained a fierce and powerful king, he now understood that it was not always strength that determined the victor, but sometimes cleverness and wit could be just as mighty. As for the rabbit, he returned to his peaceful life in the forest, content with the knowledge that intelligence, not size or strength, could make a real difference in the world. He had taught the lion an important lesson, and the forest would never be quite the same. The end. Moral of the story. The story of the rabbit and the lion teaches us that wisdom and intelligence are just as important as strength. Sometimes, those who seem small and weak have the cleverness and courage to overcome even the most powerful adversaries. Pride can blind us, but humility and a quick mind can lead to great success.